You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a barbie, you gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly. Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
Mr. Bang posted a 255.123 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Rob crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 203.411. They're getting to grips with Hungaroring, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Mr. Bang posted 209.718 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Megasaurus 55 is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Ferrari F355 Challenge Evoluzione's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Sunweiler has put down a 237.137. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Ferrari F355 Challenge Evoluzione.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Megasaurus 55's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 203.784. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
These practices aren't just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
Look at Puppy Dog from Hell taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 2:07.256. Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 2:02.513. Puppy Dog from Hell is getting to grips with the Ferrari F355 Challenge Evoluzione in this practice session. Sunoiler posted at 2:15.471 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? First practice flying lap. With just 11 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
Mr. Bang's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 206.037. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Alright, Sunoiler has put down a 205.288. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Ferrari F355 Challenge Evoluzione.
For sure, Rob. It's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Megasaurus 55 posted 203.363 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 205.150. There's the first flying lap for Puppy Dog from Hell, hitting 206.070. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Look at Jack M Team go. They're really giving it some jandle now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car is performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
Sunoiler posted at 340.930 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? All about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
And a lot noisier. But you're right. In India, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
It's time to separate the contenders from the pretenders here at Hungaroring, as the drivers reverend up their engines and put their skills to the test in the qualifying session.
This is where champions are made, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
It's a masterclass from Rob Keane in this qualification session. They have stamped their authority on the track, setting the pace and currently leading the pack. It's an outstanding performance, and they are making their intentions clear for the race ahead.
I completely agree, Rob. Keane has left everyone in awe with their remarkable performance. They have set the benchmark and are making a statement that they are the driver to beat.
It's an impressive showing by Mr. Bang, currently in third. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? What a performance from Megasaurus 55. They currently occupy second on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? Incredible drive by Sunoiler so far, earning them fifth on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up? It's an impressive showing by Rob in qualifying. They have set the bar high, leading the way with their exceptional performance. It's a fantastic position to be in, and they will be looking to convert it into a strong race result. A solid performance from Megasaurus 55 as they currently hold position 5. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Megasaurus 55 has done a fantastic job to claim fifth. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
55 has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Team has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. A solid qualifying performance by Megasaurus 55, positioning them in fourth at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. What a fantastic showing from Rob Keane in qualifying. They currently hold the top spot and are in prime position for a strong starting position. Their lap times have been exceptional, and they have showcased their talent and determination.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Rob has been absolutely exceptional in this qualifying session. Their performance is a testament to their skill and determination.
Impressive work from Megasaurus 55, who has claimed fourth on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Megasaurus 55 has completed their outlap. And there goes Rob, currently in position 3. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their... Keane has just completed a lap in 2:01.109. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. Currently in third, Jack M team has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. An outstanding display from Keane in this qualification session. They have been on fire, putting in blistering lap times and currently sitting at the top of the leaderboard. It's a statement performance, showcasing their speed and determination. Themselves into first in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
Sunoiler has secured a respectable fourth in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Sunoiler has completed their first flying lap in 2:02.557. Jack M team has positioned themselves well in fourth during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Jackham team's current position of fourth reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Jack M team has just completed that lap in 2:02.022. Their best lap so far is 2:02.796. Putting them in P4. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? Incredible performance by Rob so far. They have been the benchmark in this qualification session, consistently setting fast lap times and securing the top spot. It's a commanding position for them, and their rivals will be chasing their tail.
Absolutely, Rob is setting an impressive pace and demonstrating their dominance on the track. Their competitors have a challenging task ahead to match their performance.
Looks like Rob, always keen, is making a statement, securing a spot in first.
Yep, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up. It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Mr. Bang has put in a great effort and currently holds fifth. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? Mr. Bang secures fifth.
Right you are, Rob. They've put themselves in a solid spot, but they can't let up now. Staying smooth and focused is key to shaving off those extra fractions.
Mr. Bang's really showing what they're made of, landing in 5th during this nail-biting session.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about precision and nerve in qualifying. Every millisecond can make a difference on the grid. Let's see if they can squeeze out even more speed.
It's an impressive showing by Megasaurus 55, currently in 2nd. Megasaurus 55 has completed their outlap. What a sublime effort by Keen in qualifying. They have taken charge of the session, holding the top position with authority. Their consistency and skill have been unmatched so far, and they are positioning themselves for a favourable starting position. It's a very still day here at Hungaroring, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Rob Keane will have the best seat in the house starting from pole position. Coming in at second, we have Megasaurus 55.
Megasaurus 55 is looking on for a strong result.
In the third position, we have Sunoiler ready to tackle the race ahead. It's Jack M Team, sitting comfortably in fourth.
But they're going to have to be quick out of the blocks if they want to keep up with the top performers.
The fifth place on the grid belongs to Mr. Bang, a driver with plenty of experience.
I'm sure Mr. Bang will be expecting to bring home solid points from here.
Puppy Dog from Hell is lining up sixth. Dinky die, the green has been flagged. It's no longer mere speculation. Theoretical has become the empirical. We're racing.
With adrenaline running high, some drivers may take unnecessary risks. Staying patient and knowing when to make a move is essential for a strong start.
It's brilliant to see such a full grid here today.
The race isn't won in the first turn, but there have been plenty that have ended there well.
The drivers are jockeying for position. Jack M Team will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position. Bit of a cruisy start for Jack M Team, just feeling out the track at Hungaroring. You know, like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land.
Well, butter my cornbread. Jack and Tim's feeling cool instead. Maybe they're just enjoying the beautiful Hungaroring here at Hungaroring. Can't blame them.
You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what Sunwell is doing. Holding on to three, maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later. The stewards will be hoping that there aren't too many incidents for them to pick over when the dust settles on this one. The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched. Who can keep their cool and take advantage?
Like gladiators, they enter Rob, but instead of lions and swords, our champions fight in an arena of tarmac, and with fire-breathing machines of cutting-edge materials, designed to explore the very limits of physics itself in what can sometimes be very much a fight to the death.
Hold on to your seats. Jack M Team's turning the heat up on Sunoiler, closing in for the kill. Best laid plans of mice and men, haha, but it's certainly not going to plan for Jack M Team right now as they are struggling to keep up with Sunoiler. Like a scene from a thriller, Puppy Dog from Hell's on Mr. Bang's tail, hungry for that spot.
The roaring engines are echoing Puppy Dog from Hell's battle cry. Mr. Bang, can you hear the thunder?
Sorry to interrupt here, but, oh mate, Rob's impersonating a lost tourist. Did someone forget to tell them it's a race, not a bushwalk? Looks like Jack M team is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curve can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about finding the right balance between speed and control.
Looks like Jack M team remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving them better cornering. If they get any closer to Sunoiler, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie. Let's talk about tire degradation. How does it affect the car's handling, and what do drivers need to do to adapt to the Hold that thought, hold the phone. By the looks of it, Puppy Dog from Hell reckoned Hungaroring had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one. The race is really heating up. Jack M team is hunting down Sunoiler with everything they've got.
It's a game of strategy now as Jack M team hunts down Sunoiler. Yes, it's all about choosing the right moments to push and when to conserve energy, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
The gap between Jack M team and Sunoiler is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun. Mate, I've always thought choosing a tyre compound is a bit like choosing your favourite Aussie beer. Do you go for something robust that can last, or something that gives a quick hit but might wear out fast?
Haha. Well, I reckon it's more like our North Carolina barbecue sauces. Some like it sweet and long-lasting, others prefer that quick tangy kick. But I'll tell ya, getting it wrong is like biting into a pepper when you're expecting a blueberry.
Fair dinkum, I reckon Puppy Dog from Hell's got that thirsty look in his eyes. Wants to share a cold one with Megasaurus 55 in the front.
In the theater of speed, this is the climax. Every move is a headline, every overtake a potential plot twist. As a former driver, how did you manage the physical demands of racing? It's all about preparation, Rob. Drivers undergo rigorous fitness training to build their strength, stamina, and flexibility. A proper diet and hydration plan is also essential to ensure peak performance on race day.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Sunoiler trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Jack M team. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Will we see a dramatic finish to this race? Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Sunoiler's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Jack M team. Anyone who says that AssettoCorsaFriends is not the best racing club on the planet is clearly insane. The quality of driving we're seeing out there on the track is absolutely phenomenal.
I couldn't agree more. It's like these drivers were born to race. They're weaving in and out of traffic, taking corners at unbelievable speeds, and making it all look effortless. It's clear that they put in the time and effort to hone their skills.
Oof, if Mr. Bang was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step. The gap between Mr. Bang and Sunoiler is widening. It's now up to 1.5 seconds. From the cockpit to the pit lane, the chatter is all about Megasaurus 55's masterful hold on the fifth.
And just like in any great drama, Megasaurus 55 is the lead actor right now, captivating us all from the fifth.
The gap between Megasaurus 55 and Puppy Dog from Hell is getting smaller. It's now down to 3.6 seconds.
Megasaurus 55's got their work cut out for them. They're gonna need to keep a cool head to fend off Puppy Dog from Hell.
Fantastic racing on show here today, and it's not just the top drivers who are impressing us. Even the drivers at the back of the pack are putting up a good fight, battling it out for every position.
It's a testament to the level of competition at AssettoCorsaFriends. Even the smallest mistake can cost you valuable seconds, or even lead to a crash. But these drivers are up to the challenge, and they're giving it their all. It's clear that AssettoCorsaFriends really is the place to be for top quality racing.
The track tells a tale of speed, strategy, and skill. Today, it narrates Megasaurus 55's journey in 5th.
Absolutely, and they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
Sunoiler is placed 3rd at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Mr. Bang, who is 2.0 seconds behind.
It's like Sunoiler's out on the open highway and Mr. Bang's still getting directions at the last gas station. Got a bit of catching up to do.
Like a dingo on the chase, Mr. Bang is hounding Sunoiler and the gap's now just 1.7 seconds. The race is heating up as Puppy Dog from Hell in 6th closes in on Megasaurus 55. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight.
Well, butter my biscuit. Puppy Dog from Hell's hanging back like they're waiting for an inheritance. But ain't nobody dying up front.
Watching Mr. Bang try to close that gap on Sunoiler is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes.
Look, Mr. Bang's pace is a lot like my dance moves. Good intentions, questionable execution.
Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Mr. Bang, lagging behind Sunoiler and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. We often hear drivers complaining about tyre graining. Hal, can you explain what that means and how it affects car handling?
Graining occurs when small rubber particles roll up on the tire's surface, reducing grip and negatively affecting handling. It usually happens when the tires are not in their optimal temperature window or when a driver is pushing too hard on a cold or overworked tire.
As rubber meets road and strategy meets luck, Mr. Bang is etching their story in 4th. It might be early days, but Sunoiler is already casting a shadow from the 3rd.
Absolutely, Rob. It's like watching a maestro at work. Every move Sunoiler makes is pure art.
Sunoiler's duffed it up. They're gonna need more than a coldie to forget that one.
Sunoiler is not going to be happy about that.
Blimey, Sunoiler is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell them to drive faster.
Gee whiz, Sunoiler is so far back, I'm half expecting to see tumbleweeds blow past. Maybe a vulture or two.
While Megasaurus 55 is not under immediate threat from Sunoiler, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position. Megasaurus 55 is really belting along the track, leaving Sunoiler struggling to keep pace.
That's right, Rob. If Sunoiler doesn't pick up the pace, they might as well be moving at a snail's pace. You ain't whistling Dixie, Rob. Megasaurus 55's putting on a show that's sure to keep the crowd on the edge of their seats.
If Sunoiler goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available. Remember when we thought Sunoiler had peaked? Think again. They're harnessing every bit of downforce and it's making Megasaurus 55's mirrors awfully busy.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
As Megasaurus 55 trails Mr. Bang, it's a bit reminiscent of my cat chasing a laser point. Determined, but always just a tad behind. Hang on to your cork hats, mates. We're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Megasaurus 55 and Mr. Bang. What do you think, Hal? Are there any specific factors that could lead to a driver losing concentration during a race?
There are several factors, Rob. Fatigue, stress, changing track conditions, or even issues within a team can all contribute to a lapse in concentration. It's essential for drivers to stay mentally resilient and adapt to these challenges.
Well, it doesn't look like Mr. Bang. Oh no, what's this? I don't think that's the fastest way around Hungaroring.
Dang, Mr. Bang went off like my sense of self-worth after my high school reunion. And just as hard to recover.
Good on ya, Mr. Bang. Trailing so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy. As of now, Sunoiler stands tall in the 4th spot.
Yes, and in this high-octane opera, Sunoiler's voice resonates the loudest from that 4th.
Excellent work from Sunoiler, who has managed to increase their lead over Mr. Bang. They seem to have found their rhythm and they are grooving to it. But with every smooth turn comes the risk of wrecking their car. Who will be the first to push it too far and crash out of the race?
That's right, Rob. These drivers are like musicians, finding their groove and playing their instruments to perfection. But just like in music, even the best players can hit a wrong note. Let's hope none of these drivers make any mistakes and end up singing the blues. You said it, Rob, with great power comes great responsibility. But sometimes, these drivers forget that and let their egos take the wheel. Let's hope they keep their eyes on the road and not on their own reflections in the mirror.
From where we're sitting, Megasaurus 55 seems unmovable from that 3rd. Megasaurus 55 is holding onto this lead like a possum up a gum tree, but Sunoiler is closing in, down to 2.9 seconds.
It's gut check time for Megasaurus 55. They've got to dig deep and put some serious rubber to the road if they hope to stay ahead of Sunoiler.
In a race where seconds count, Sunoiler is counting on less of them between themselves and Megasaurus 55. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime. Sunoiler's been working the tyre temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, Megasaurus 55. Tell ya what, Mr. Bang's trailing harder than my belt after Christmas dinner. Reckon he's got a plan up his sleeve, or is he just here for the sausage sizzle?
Absolutely. Mr. Bang in 5th will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
A solid performance from Rob, who is holding down first.
It's a dance, Rob. The way Rob holds onto that first, it's like they're leading in a tango.
Rob has just put in a faster lap than Jack M Team, so that's going to give them something to worry about. Mr. Bang's strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now.
I've seen funeral processions move faster than Mr. Bang right now. Come to think of it, at least they've got a destination in mind.
systems go for Rob, marking their breaking development. Looks like Megasaurus 55 tried the old "dingo stole my race line" trick. A tad too clever by half. From the grandstands to the pit lane, all eyes are on the action. Amongst the frontrunners, Megasaurus 55 is showing prowess in fourth. Stone the Crows. Megasaurus 55s pulled a sneaky, landing at fifth. Always a surprise with them. Cricky, Megasaurus 55's got more ground to cover than I do at the family barbecue when Auntie Sharon's had one too many. Good luck, mate.
Sweet mercy. Megasaurus 55's lagging like my grandma's old computer. Might be time to reboot, or at least pour some coffee into the gas tank.
You know, Jack M Team reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else.
Well, shoot, if Jack M Team was any more laid back, they'd be horizontal. Reckon they're daydreaming of those cheerleaders again?
The tension is building as Megasaurus 55 trails behind Mr. Bang. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Mr. Bang hold on, or will Megasaurus 55 be able to close them down?
Y'all remember the tortoise and the hare? Well, Megasaurus 55's neither. More like a snail with commitment issues.
Rob Keane is on fire in the last sector.
You got this. Keep your cool.
It's all over. Rob Keane has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now. A nail-biting finish, but Jack M Team claims second place.
Brilliant. Jack M Team showed great skill and determination to take second place.
What a race from Sunola. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium. In fourth, it's Mr. Bang. Taking fifth is Megasaurus 55. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Hungaroring as we're getting ready to kick things off. Megasaurus 55 is on pole. Starting just behind the front runners in second place is the determined driver, Mr. Bang. And in the third position, it's none other than Sunoiler.
I think we are all looking forward to seeing what Sunoiler can do from here.
Our fourth place starter, Jack M Team, is poised to make a move towards the front. Rob Keane is going to be starting from fifth.
The Welsh driver will be focused on a good result from here.
Lights are off. It's pedal to the metal time.
Now here's the sticky wicket. Want to be pushy, but not too pushy, lest they want to find themselves caught in a pit stop sooner than they want.
Having started in one, Megasaurus 55 will be looking to establish themselves in this race.
Like we say in North Carolina, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe Megasaurus 55 is keeping their pace steady for now, waiting for the right time to make a splash.
Race.
A good old-fashioned southern stand-up, that's what someone is doing. Holding their ground, and sometimes that's the best strategy in the early laps.
As we watch the drivers fight it out in the first lap, I can already feel that this is going to be an epic race.
I'm looking forward to burning some rubber here, Rob.
As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at AssettoCorsaFriends for making this all possible. Heroes one and all.
It all comes down to this, Rob, where the rubber meets the road. There's no more time for talk, no more practice. The teams have done all they can. Now it comes down to Mr. Bang to bring it home.
Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here.
The first lap can always be a bit of a bun fight as everyone tries to establish themselves. It's easy for inexperienced racers to blow it in T1.
Fair dinkum, Rob Keane is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Sunoiler is now down to a whisker at 0.3 seconds. The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? Mr. Bang has the pedal to the metal chasing Sunoiler.
Can they make it past without taking the paint off?
What a move. Mr. Bang has moved up to third.
Man, if racing was a barbecue, Mr. Bang just threw down the spiciest ribs. Up to third and sizzling.
Oh, this is getting intense. Rob Always Keane is just behind Sunoiler.
If Keane isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronized spinning routine. And trust me, that's not a crowd pleaser.
Things are getting spicy as Jack M Team is breathing down Megasaurus 55's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. It's an intense battle for position as Keane tries to outmaneuver Sunoiler. This is edge of your seat racing. The drivers are really pushing their limits out there on the track.
It's like they're trying to outrun the laws of physics. But we all know that's impossible. Or is it? I mean, we're a couple of live corners in a race. Anything can happen.
Haha, you have a point there. And speaking of pushing limits, these cars are breaking records left and right.
They're so fast, it's like they're breaking the sound barrier. Or at least the speed limit.
I hope the police aren't watching. Stone the Crows. Jack M team's in second, but if I know them, Megasaurus 55's gonna cop an Aussie-style sneak attack real soon.
The gap between them is just over 0.8 seconds. Who will have the speed and skill to come out on top?
Things are heating up as Rob Always Keen closes in on Sunoiler. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
And it's not just about skill and talent. It's about who has the nerves of steel to handle the pressure and make the right decisions at the right time.
Now, this is a challenging position for Rob. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, with Eddie G closing in 0.1 seconds behind and Sunoiler just ahead with a gap of 0.2 seconds. These engines aren't just humming for fun. They're thirstier than an Aussie after a game of cricket in the sun.
Cricket? That's like baseball with longer games, right? Anyway, these engines do have a roar that could rival any muscle car back home.
Rob Keane is running fourth. They are trying to catch Mr. Bang. Keane is in the flow, putting in their best lap so far.
If they can keep up that pace or even improve it, then this could make Rob a real challenge for Mr. Bang.
Sunoiler is giving it their all as they chase down Rob in P4.
Looks like Sunoiler has got more moves than a cowboy in a honky-tonk bar. Rob better watch out or he'll be two-stepped right off the track.
Mr. Bang could be looking for a way up the inside of Rob Keane. It's a challenging situation for Mr. Bang. They're sandwiched between their fierce competitors, Sunoiler 0.2 seconds away and Rob 0.1 seconds ahead. They'll need to stay sharp and find an opportunity to make a move. Wow, Mr. Bang took the corner like my Uncle Baz after a six-pack all over the shop. Look at that, Megasaurus 55 is hot on the tail of Jack M team. Crikey, Megasaurus 55's looking like they've been caught in a rip, struggling to keep up with the pace set by Jack M team. Hope they find their feet soon. By the looks of it, Mr. Bang in fifth is keen to throw another shrimp on the barbie and crank up the heat on Sunoiler. Hold on to your stubbies. It looks like Mr. Bang is making a move. The gap to Sunoiler is now down to 0.3 seconds. The chase music's playing in Rob's head as they reel in Megasaurus 55, moment by nail-biting moment. Seems like Rob Always Keen is pushing. They are on for recording their best lap so far this race. Wow, it's a close 55 is ahead with Rob Keane right on their tail with a gap of only 0.3 seconds. Moving up faster than a cold one disappears on a hot day. They've clinched second.
Shoot, Rob's got more moves than a dance floor on a Saturday night. Look at them shimmy into second.
This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here. Now, ain't that something? Megasaurus 55's car is humming like a sweet Carolina tune. He's looking to take Rob for a spin around the dance floor of Hungary.
Megasaurus 55's on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Rob like a dingo after a roadrunner. Rob's got their tail tighter than a kangaroo in a hammock. If Megasaurus 55 is gonna make a pass, they'll have to buy them a drink first.
Megasaurus 55 is hunting, and Rob's making that car wide, really wide. It's a tactical masterclass out there.
As fast as a cut snake, Rob is moving away from Megasaurus 55.
Seems like Rob has got the wind in their sails, but will Megasaurus 55 be able to weather the storm?
Classic cat and mouse game, but instead of cheese, the prize is a racing position. Can Megasaurus 55 steal it from Rob Keane? Here's the thing about racing, sometimes it's not just about speed. It's about pressure, mind games, and this, right here, is a masterclass from Rob. Sticking so close to the leader, making him constantly aware of the imminent threat.
Spot on. It's like a shark circling its prey. The leader knows it, you know it, and by the looks of it, Rob is ready for the kill.
It seems like Rob always Keane is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. Sunwiller has a mountain to climb at the moment to close that gap with Megasaurus 55. I expect their only hope at this point is that Megasaurus 55 makes an error.
Anything can happen though, and it usually does. I've certainly seen drivers come back from worse.
It's as intense as a Barbie in Midsummer out there for them. They've got their eyes on the prize and won't settle for second.
Exactly, Rob. It's like aiming for that home run on the bottom of the ninth. Swing for the fences and don't look back.
Starting to look like we might get a battle between Rob and Jack M-Team. Blimey, Megasaurus 55 is farther back than my hairline. But, you know what they say about Aussies, never say die, unless it's a spider. Then just run.
This is where experience comes into play. Rob Keane has been in this position before and knows how to defend their position. But Megasaurus 55 is hungry for success and won't give up easily. Will we see a clash of the titans?
Rob is locked in, mate. It's like watching a kangaroo chasing down that last bit of green in the outback. Every move is calculated, every turn precise.
You said it, Rob. Over here, it'd be like a quarterback eyeing the end zone in the final seconds. Rob is hungry for that top spot, and you can feel it.
Look at that gap. It's smaller than the difference between Vegemite and Marmite at this point. Jack M-Team in second is giving the leader no room to breathe.
Mate, it's so close. I reckon Jack M-Team can tell what brand of deodorant the leader's wearing. The next few laps are going to be pure, unadulterated racing magic.
Jack M-Team and Rob Keane have a gap between them that's grown like Jack's beanstalk. We're talking 0.8 seconds now. You reckon Megasaurus 55 saw a spider in the cockpit? cost, they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central. Blimey, Megasaurus 55's cranking up the downforce, making every newton of force count. That gap's shrinking faster than my wallet at the pub.
Exactly what Megasaurus 55 needed. They can't afford to lose any more ground to Jack MT.
As vast as the azure stretches of the Great Barrier Reef, so does Sunoiler's path ahead, filled with mystique and myriad challenges.
Kind of reminds me of fishing in the vast Carolina blue. A big catch might just be a castaway. Every time you hit that track, it's a lesson learned. If Sunoiler don't want to be left in the dust, they better hit the grindstone and burn some midnight oil in practice.
Sunoiler is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.88 seconds down.
Can Sunoiler refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they're capable of?
The crowd is on tender hooks as Megasaurus 55 in third chases after Jack M Team. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Megasaurus 55 find a way to catch up? Megasaurus 55 is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Jack M Team to 0.9 seconds.
Looky here, Megasaurus 55's got the optimal differential settings, allowing for tighter corner exits. It's like watching a cat chase a laser pointer when they chase Jack M Team.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Mr. Bang trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Sunoiler. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Mr. Bang close in enough to mount a challenge? Crikey, Mr. Bang is losing touch with Sunoiler quicker than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Megasaurus 55 is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. Sometimes you have to take risks to win, but pushing the car too hard can be a costly mistake. Megasaurus 55 needs to be careful not to overdo it.
The gap might be more than a second, but Mr. Bang is showing persistence. Kind of like me trying to open a pickle jar. Keep at it, and something's got to give.
Yeehaw. It's like Mr. Bang took a detour through the drive-thru. With a gap that big, I hope they ordered extra determination with a side of grit.
Struth, Mr. Bang's not here to muck about. The gap to Sunoiler is dropping faster than a hot pie at the footy, now at 17.1 seconds.
This is what racing is all about. It's anyone's game at this point. Who will come out on top?
Oh mate, Megasaurus 55's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the barbie.
Oh, for sure. It's like watching a cooking show where Megasaurus 55 is trying to whip up a winning dish, but Jack M Team keeps hiding the main ingredient. Megasaurus 55's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curves smoother than a croc sliding into water. Jack M Team's got a battle ahead. You ever miss the roar of engines, Hal? Every single day, Rob. But we've got the next best thing. Dissecting every nuance of these races and sharing our digital wisdom with the world.
Cricky, Sunoiler's sticking to Megasaurus 55 like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights.
Will Sunoiler be able to make a move and pass Megasaurus 55?
It's looking good for Sunola, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Megasaurus 55. Huge shout out to the admins at AssettoCorsaFriends for making this all possible. Without their hard work and dedication, we wouldn't be able to witness this incredible event.
That's right, Rob, and the excitement is palpable. I can feel it in my circuits. I mean, this is the kind of race that people will be talking about in the bar. We're witnessing history in the making.
We've seen overtakes, close calls, and pure racing genius today. Currently, Sunola has carved out a spot at third. Things are going according to plan for Rob, who is currently first.
That's right. They can't afford to make any mistakes or let up in their performance. Every point counts in this championship.
A commanding performance from Keen, who has increased their lead over Jack M team, putting them firmly in their rearview mirrors. But could they be pushing too hard? As with that comes the risk of overconfidence and losing control. Who will be the first to get too cocky and end up in the wall? I've made some questionable life decisions, but trailing over 2 seconds behind? Even I'm not that self-sabotaging. Today is like watching kangaroos on steroids.
Yeah, and just like those kangaroos, these drivers can really hop into action. You reckon they've got a pocket full of secrets?
Incident alert. Boy, Megasaurus 55 tried to pull a Steve Irwin and wrestle with the track limits. Track 1, Megasaurus 55 to 0.
If Megasaurus 55 was fishing, they'd have thrown that one back into the pond. That's a tough go.
It's like Rob has saved all their energy for this final stretch. And there it is. Keen has completed the race in first place, setting a blistering pace that none of the other drivers could match.
That was a true masterclass in driving from Rob. You could see them making split-second decisions with total confidence, and it really paid off. What a performance.
Jack M team never gave up. They drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish.
Intense race, but Jack M team held their nerve and earned a great second place.
Excellent focus from Sunola to secure a fantastic third place on the podium.
What a drive, well-deserved spot on the podium with that performance.
Fourth sees Megasaurus 55, with Mr. Bang in fifth.